Hi everyone, so in this video you will learn how you can use arrow functions in JavaScript. Arrow functions are basically a new way of creating an anonymous function in JavaScript. Let's first see the way how you create an anonymous function in ES5. So it will be a variable emp1 and it will point to this function. It will simply take parameter name and we'll print that name. That's it. Now let's call this function, save it. Okay, I have to pass the parameter, so make it beta, save it, and this is the output. Let's put a comment here, ES5. Okay, now let's see how to use arrow functions in ES6 to create an anonymous function. So there will be a variable emp2 and just do one thing, copy this portion and paste it here just to save our time, and we don't need this function keyword here. Instead of that, we'll make use of this arrow. Now just for the change, make it Adams, make it emp2 and put a comment ES6. So on the top you can see this is the way of ES5 of creating an anonymous function, and this is the way of ES6 using arrow function creating an anonymous function. So basically this is an arrow and it will replace this function keyword to create an anonymous function. Just save this and go to browser, and this is the output. Now suppose if you want a parameterless function, you can simply remove this part and just do one thing, put it here, Adams. So this function won't take any parameters, it will work exactly the same. And now since you are not making use of any parameter here and you are making use of any single statement, you can simply remove these curly braces, save it, and still the output will be the same. Just for a example, put first and last name and make it console log first, some space will be there, then the last name. Okay, so let's make it beta, sorry for that, beta and marks, save it, and this is the output. Suppose in case you want to return an object in a single statement, how you do so? Let's remove this thing, and let's remove this thing and remove this part also. We'll get rid of this thing too, because we don't need ES5 thing. So I want to return an object with the key of department and the value of production. Okay, so as I told you before, if you're returning a single statement, you don't need to make use of curly braces, but by default every object has a curly brace. So what will happen here, let's see. So it will be console.log emp, and we'll access this department key, save it, and we are getting a error here. In case you're returning an object, just simply make use of parentheses, save it, and that's the output. Now we'll see how the scoping works in arrow functions. By default they make use of this keyword which is passed on by the parent function. I'll show an example, and this is the ES5 example. Okay, first we'll see how it actually works in this thing. So it will be a timer, okay, and there will be a key count, and we'll start this timer. There will be a function assigned to it, and this function will have, sorry for this, we need to put parentheses here. So there will be a set interval function. So it will take anonymous function as a parameter and will print in every 1 second. So what will print? We'll simply print console.log this.count plus plus, which is incrementing this count which is assigned here. So I'm expecting the output should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what is the output is there. So call this start function, save it, and we are getting none, which is not a number. So what is happening here? If I'll make use of this keyword inside this function, okay, just see this dot count, save it. So I'm getting 1 here, then none. So this keyword is basically referring to scope of this timer object, but this keyword is not being passed on to this function, which is anonymous function inside this set interval. How we can fix this? We can simply fix this using arrow function, because by default arrow functions will not create their own scope. They make use of this keyword which is assigned by their parent function, or you can say coming from their parent function. So here simply take out this part and make use of arrow. I just remove this thing also. Now save it. You can see a counter is working. I hope you got the point how it actually works. See you in the next video. Have a nice day.